The story of SentinelOne in 2026 is defined by what analysts are calling the Singularity Paradox, a situation where the harder the company wins on paper, the more the market seems to pull away in fear. You have to imagine a world where a company is growing faster than almost all of its peers, matching the pace of giants like CrowdStrike and outrunning Palo Alto networks, yet it is being valued like a legacy failure. Just a few months ago, SentinelOne crossed the psychological and operational finish line of $1 billion in annualized recurring revenue. This is the moment a startup officially becomes a titan. It is a proof of life for their business model and a signal that their autonomous AI platform is not just a gimmick, but a staple of modern defense. But as soon as they popped the champagne for that billion-dollar mark, the floor fell out from under the share price. We are looking at a 37% decline over the last year, leaving the stock hovering near $14, which is a staggering disconnect from their fundamental progress. To understand why this is happening, we have to look at the concept of agentic security. For years, AI and cybersecurity has been a helper, something that gives an alert to a human who then has to do the actual work. SentinelOne has flipped that script with something called Purple AI. This is not just a chatbot, it is an agentic analyst that can reason through an investigation, pivot as new data comes in, and execute a response on its own. It's the difference between a smoke detector that beeps and an automated sprinkler system that identifies the fire and puts it out before you even smell smoke. The adoption rates for this tech are through the roof, with a 40% attach rate on new licenses. That means nearly half of everyone buying into the platform today is doing so specifically because they want the AI to take the wheel. This transition is specifically designed to solve the global talent gap because there simply aren't enough human experts to fight off machine speed attacks. Therefore, the technology looks like a gold mine, especially since they just secured FedRAMP high authorization. That is the gold standard for security clearances, effectively building a massive moat that prevents smaller competitors from even bidding on the most sensitive government and defense contracts. But here is where the narrative takes a sharp, jagged turn into uncertainty. On the very same day the company announced their third quarter earnings beat, they dropped a bombshell. Their chief financial officer, Barbara Larson, was stepping down to leave the industry entirely. In the world of forensic accounting, this is what we call a high-priority red flag. When a CFO exits right as a company claims to hit a major profitability milestone, it forces you to question the quality of that profit. The market reacted with immediate violence, sending the stock tumbling 14% in a single session. This created a leadership vacuum that was filled by the chief growth officer, Barry Paget, acting as an interim CFO. Now, a growth officer and a finance officer have two completely different jobs. One is focused on expansion and the other on precision and control. Having those roles overlap can create a conflict of interest in how financial data is reported, and the market knows it. This leadership churn is happening against a backdrop of incredibly lopsided insider activity. While top-tier executives like the CEO, the chief accounting officer, and the departing CFO have been liquidating millions in shares, there has been exactly one major vote of confidence from within the boardroom. In mid-December, Director Mark Peaks stepped in and purchased 40,000 shares on the open market, spending nearly $600,000 to increase his stake by 50%. It's a rare moment of alignment with shareholders, but it stands as a lone island in a sea of selling. The CEO, Tomer Weingarten, sold over $7 million worth of shares, including a single sale in December that represented 10% of his direct ownership. Even the chief accounting officer has been offloading shares. For a retail investor, this is a bitter pill to swallow. You're being told the company is a bargain at these prices, yet most of the people with the most granular view of the data are choosing to reduce their exposure while the stock is near all-time lows. It feels like a detective story where the evidence points toward a brilliant future, but the suspects are all heading for the exits. This creates a massive trust gap. Is this just a case of executives taking a well-deserved payday after a decade of work? Or do they see something in the transition to GAAP profitability that we don't? You see, there's a massive spread between the company's non-GAAP success and their actual GAAP losses. They reported a positive 7% non-GAAP operating margin, which was a huge milestone. But on a GAAP basis, they're still losing tens of millions of dollars. The bridge between those two numbers is built almost entirely out of stock-based compensation. They're paying their employees with new shares instead of cash, which protects their bank account but dilutes the value of every share you own. In just 8 months, the share count grew by over 5%. It's like a treadmill where the company has to run faster and faster just to keep the share price in the same place. This dilution is a hidden tax on shareholders, and it's part of why the stock is struggling to find a floor. However, if you look past the internal selling and the leadership changes, the Wall Street consensus is almost bizarrely bullish. Out of nearly 40 analysts, not a single one is recommending a sell. The average price target is $21, representing a 50% upside from where we are today. Some analysts are even looking at $37. They're looking at the same data and seeing a massive valuation gap that has to close eventually. This is the heart of the disruption of the disruptor. SentinelOne is trying to prove that their AI is so superior that it can steal market share from the giants like Microsoft and Palo Alto Networks, who are trying to bundle security for cheap. It's a high-stakes game of chicken. If SentinelOne can convince the world that their autonomous AI is an essential defense rather than a luxury, they could be the bargain of the decade. But they're fighting a war on two fronts, the war for customers and the internal war for investor trust. We're also seeing a rise in short interest, with professional speculators betting heavily against the stock, and dark pool trading activity suggests that some big institutions are quietly offloading their positions. This creates a technical downward trend that might see the stock drop another 18% before it finally hits a true bottom. So we're left with a company that's operationally reaching escape velocity, crossing $1 billion in revenue with a product that is literally redefining how we think about AI in the real world. Yet they're haunted by governance red flags and a leadership transition that happened at the worst possible time. It's a classic battle between a fundamental growth story and a crisis of sentiment. For those with a long horizon, the question isn't whether the company is growing, because the data says it clearly is. The real question is whether the interim leadership can deliver a clean, strong report in March to prove that the billion-dollar milestone was the beginning of a new era rather than a peak. The technical indicators are showing that the stock is deeply oversold, and a pivot bottom might be forming right now. But until a permanent CFO is hired and the lopsided insider selling stops, that billion-dollar disconnect is going to keep everyone guessing. Let me know in the comments. Are you going long at these prices, or are you waiting for more of a pullback? And hey, I hope this video helps you on your quest for profits. Catch you on the next one.